Somebody save me from Christmas music.
Because Christmas is coming. All right. .307 Reacts. I'm Matt. That's Chris.
Yo.
On the screen in front of us, it is our boy, Oliver Anthony. And today we are talking about some 90-some Chevys. Chris, you know something about some 90-some Chevys.
You know
a lot about some 90-some Chevys.
Love 90-some Chevy.
Let me tell you about this boy, and just generally any Chevy, probably from, I would say, the late 80s to the mid 2000s. He's probably
I've had him and drove him.
Had worked on them, had the engines out of them, in them, around them. I literally, what was it, last summer that we did the fuel pump, or was that earlier this year in your Silverado?
That was last year we did it on mine.
That was last year.
Also, 2 years ago, we did the fuel pump on Austin's Chevy, too, before he got the Tundra.
Literally, I walked in. I follow him into the shop, and before I know it, he's got the bed lifted off of this thing with these stands and shit on. It's easier to do it that way, I guess.
Sure is.
Anyways, little disappointed in you guys that we posted the last Oliver Anthony video, and it didn't get 60,000 views, so I don't know what happened there. Y'all didn't show up. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. No, we totally back Oliver Anthony, and we're just gonna keep putting him on the screen because he's got a good message. The dude's totally humble, and he's not changing, and that's what I like about him. And I like that he's also kind of like made this whole push towards like, yo, I'm not trying to be political about anything. I'm not trying to be a politician. I'm not trying to do that thing. That's
exactly the dude we need in the White House. Like, for real.
I guess you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, wait.
I'm so sick of politicians.
We can't even get started on them. There's so much change that needs to happen in the goddamn White House. All right. Anyways, so 90-some Chevy. Yeah. That's all I know about it is you're probably going to be talking trucks.
Oh yeah. So from what I hear, I watched a Jordan Peterson podcast. He talked about he has a 90-some Chevy, and it's got like over 200,000 miles on it, which my 2002 GMC has over 200,000, and my 92 has over 200,000.
Didn't you roll it 200,000 when you came down here in it?
Oh, I had it over 200,000.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Then, yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, that truck just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And the 92 I thought was going to give up a motor like 2 years ago, and it's still fucking driving around.
I got a 91 Corolla I thought was going to give up the motor, and it's still going. It's got 200,000 miles on it. It's a 200,000 mile club around here. What do you do?
Man, the early 90s were great for vehicles.
They were still making good shit back then, you know? We're still making good shit. But anyways, let's get right into this, shall we? Like, comment, subscribe. That's all we're asking for this year. It's free for you. It could change our lives. You know, just like Oliver Anthony's kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
If you want, I don't know if he's monetizing or not, but if you wanted to, you know, that kind of thing. Anyways, let's just go. Him and that lap steel.
That old darling mine is like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when she's running up to kiss me. When I get home, it's been a hard day. I'll tell you, darling, it's been a long week. Might have to load up the dogs, go and listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek.
Yes, sir.
We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a Zemco.
Yeah, attaboy.
Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy.
God, dude, he's got that type of music make me feel like I'm in church in North Carolina again. You know, people just gonna start, yes, sir, amen. Yeah.
Oh, tell him.
God, man.
And I bet he gets a lot of that.
Oh,
I bet he gets a lot of that at shows. Dude, he's got where wouldn't a 90-something Chevy with a 350 in it take you? Like they kind of just will go anywhere. They just do the thing. Lock it in a 4-wheel drive, and off you go, man.
God, dude, those 350s, especially, I know back in the day in the 90s, early 2000s, people were throwing cherry bombs on them. And, of course, now they have different muffler systems that make them sound a little more controlled, and, you know, they still have a growl to them. But, man, there's something about a 90s or even a late 70s 350 with cherry bombs on it that just, God, dude, I love it.
And I was going to say, aren't Chevy, isn't the small block 350 like one of the most like the most built engines of all time or something like that? Or
that used to be the case, yeah. I mean, the LS platform was based off of the 350.
Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
So like the 350 evolved into what was the Vortec, and the Vortec, the induction system as far as the intake and the fuel and all that, how that all goes into the motor, fucking sucked. So then the LS came along, and they kind of fixed all that, but then in the Camaros and Corvettes, they went to the Omnispark, which is basically a distributor driven off your camshaft on the front of the motor, and that was a fucking shit show, so they threw that away. And I guess technically that would have been the LT. And then they went to the LS, and the LS is like the most sought
Rock
after,
solid.
like,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's building everything with LSs.
Because it's just
they went back to the 350 basics, man. Get fuel air in there, single camshaft, push rods, lifters, let's go.
And do the thing with all new,
Yeah.
with like modern updated lighter parts, aluminum block, you know, like all that shit, upgraded camshafts, better airflow, and boom, you're making 400 horsepower in no time. Like, so yeah, it's like one of the most versatile. I mean, the engines, the parts are basically like 1-to-1. Everything is just like, if you have a 350, it'll kind of just pop off of that and go over here, off of that one onto that one. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it does in certain conditions matter, like the years and when they were made. Obviously, they change things over the decades, but like for the most part,
yeah. I mean, 1999, which was the early LS motors, all the way to like 2006. Fucking do Legos. Just like whatever you want to do.
You need a head, you can take that one off of there, put it on this one, same specs, bolts right up, turns over.
And the crazy thing is you could take a 4.8 liter and put 5.3 heads or 6 liter heads on it if you want to. I mean, they just fit. Everything fits.
So crazy, dude.
Like,
what a great invention to have, bro.
Chevy nailed it in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Crushed it, dude.
Like,
I have 2 of those engines in my garage right now. I literally have 2 of them. So, yeah, they're very common engines. All right, let's keep going.
In the back of that.
Oh, really quick. I like that he mentioned a Zebco. He's talking about a pack of beer.
Fishing.
Yeah, talking about a pack of beer. I was wondering. He was like, I'm going to go down by the creek and listen to the frogs and do the thing. And I was like, you bringing a fishing pole, bro? You better be bringing a fishing pole. He called out the Zebco, so that's my man.
Good to go.
In the back of that 90-some Chevy.
I love the finish on that guitar.
Yeah, dude, it's really
the light
cool.
hits it kind of
In the back of that 90-some Chevy.
I like the pearl headstock on it.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking.
Well, she's hotter than hell, I'm higher than gas. She's sweeter than honey, I'm poor white trash. She ain't had a check that I couldn't cash. I guess that she's my Carter, and I'm her cash. And I've been sitting around drinking on it. I guess I'm gonna have to get me a ring and get it on it.
Them doggos, man.
That old darling of mine is like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when she's running up to kiss me when I get.
I like that. He left when he strummed over the strings and the pick hit the guitar.
Just clunk.
He left that noise in there.
Yeah, you can hear that clunk.
Love that.
Yeah, dude.
Right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when she's running up to kiss me when I get home. It's been a hard day. I tell you, darling, it's been a long week.
There
Might
it
have
is.
to
that
load
90-some
up
Chevy.
the dogs, go and listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek. We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a Zemco.
Attaboy.
Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy.
That's like a 96.
In the back of that 90-some Chevy.
It's a good year, man. My dad had one of those back in the day.
That old darling of mine is like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on.
96 sounds right, but I don't remember. A long time ago.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Nailed it.
I can't remember on when they switched from. Well, here's the crazy thing, right? In 92, if you got the Chevy Cheyenne, that was the 2-wheel drive, which is the one that I have, it came with the square headlights. And they're the ones that, like, if the bulb goes bad, you have to replace the whole
light. Comes out.
Light.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you get a 92, just a regular Chevy K1500 that's a 4-wheel drive, it came with the thin lights like what he had.
Okay.
Now, what makes me think that it's a 97, 96, 97, 98 is the wheels he has on it, which he could have pulled those off of a later model Chevy.
Again,
but
we'll swap one to the other. They pretty much stayed the same.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a good year. The one that he has, yeah, for sure.
You want to bolt up 4-wheel drive tires to your 96 Chevy truck or your 96 Chevy Camaro? Probably the same bolt pattern. I'm sure it's.
The only thing that sucks about my
you just gotta take a.
So let me tell you about the genius
saw to the
engineer on my 92 Chevy. Okay, so basically the 92 Chevy I have, number one, has it has history attached to it, which I think is cool. Number one, it used to be a county truck. It was custom ordered for Natrona County to help haul fence post out in the middle of nowhere to fence in BLM land.
Yep.
So the truck has been all over.
Lots of highway miles. County miles.
And it still has the county, like it has a tag, like a service number that is riveted to the roof. But when they had it built, so it's got a V6 in it, which power fucking sucks. It's got a.
It is not a bastion for power. Okay?
No. Or listening. Okay, the sound system, it sucks. But anyway, so it's got a V6 in it with a 1-ton transmission. It's got a 4L80 in it.
With a big ass transmission, right?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. Like you're never gonna kill that transmission with that V6.
No, never.
And then it's got a 1-ton rear axle, but the rear end or the rear end with the suspension. So here's where it gets complicated. The rear axle tube is for a 1-ton. The gear set that's inside the pumpkin is for a 1-ton. The axles are from like a regular V6 truck that they made fit in there. So they have custom spider gears in there to make the axles fit. And then they did those same axles on the front. They put the same hub. So it has a wheel pattern that's super unique. I can't find aftermarket wheels for it. I literally have to have them custom built.
Huh. I did not know. I did not know that about that truck, man.
And then the shocks on that thing are off of a regular 1500, and the leaf springs are off of 2500. That's the way it came from the factory.
Is it built that way? Did they custom build it that way for the specific job that it was going to be doing? That makes sense. So they called up Chevy and they were like, "Hey, we need this with this transmission, with these differentials, with this."
They gave them a sheet with all the options, and they just tick, 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 handed it back, and that's what they got.
That would be the only way you would have to special order something like that. But it makes sense. If you're going to be doing it for that job and that job alone, well, build the truck for that job.
We want it good gas mileage. Oh, and it's got a 40-gallon gas tank.
Yeah, and it's got to pull like a motherfucker. And so, big ass transmission.
They don't have to pull fast.
Just
has to pull.
Just got to pull. Just got to get the fence posts to where they need to be. Just got to be able to handle the shit in the back of it. So
that truck, I've been looking for aftermarket wheels for it, and it is. I've just come to the conclusion that like I can order them, but the wait time on them is like 8 months.
What about like they don't make adapters for those or anything that you can do?
Well, that's the thing. I could get a wheel spacer with an adapter, but I don't want to bring the wheels out.
Right? Yeah. Either way, you'd be sacrificing.
Especially if I'm going to lower it. Yeah. So if I'm going to lower it,
sure?
I'd rather have.
You don't want to go like full Cholo vibe with that thing?
I mean, have them like skateboarded out.
You're pretty close already.
Pretty close with the white walls. No, dude, like that. God, dude, 90 Chevys. That little 92. Hopefully, with a Christmas bonus this year, I'm gonna try to get a lowering kit, and we're gonna try to get.
See, now we just gotta get wheel spacers.
No.
Come on.
So we're gonna get that Camaro hopefully finished up, or at least the motor stuffed back in it.
Yeah.
This winter.
We need to. Yeah, we need to. get those heads sent off. I need to call and just find out what that costs to get that done.
Yeah, it's not much. Not much.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway, Chevy shit. I love Oliver Anthony.
I was going to say, we didn't talk about the song at all.
So.
Sorry. Yeah, I kind of figured we were going to get off on vehicle tangents with this one. I mean, what do you want? We're two. I mean, he's an actual professional mechanic. I'm a weekend mechanic. Like, I like car shit. So what do you expect? You know, and the boy was talking about all the right stuff. He's got beer. He's got the beer. He's got the girl. He's got the dogs. He's got the fishing pole. He's got the truck.
Yep.
A hell of a
it
song.
looked like he was driving between a 2007 to 2010 Chevy Suburban.
Yep. Or a Yukon or whatever. Yeah, one of them things.
Yeah.
Yeah, great song, man. Way to go. Yeah. Total vibe. I dig it.
5 out of 5.
100% camping music playing from the car or playing on a little boombox or whatever all day, dude. Love
Mr. Christopher Anthony for president, 2024.
Start running, bro. Make the signs. Make the signs. Go.
He's like, dude, I don't want to be president. Everybody just write it in.
Just write in.
Just write
Everyone gets a write-in spot, right? So just write him in, and then he has no choice. He has to. People's choice, dude.
He'd probably be like, fuck you guys.
He'd be like, pass.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway,
right,
if you guys enjoyed today's video as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang, and we'll see you all next time. Bow.
Boop, boop, boop.